So I'm going to show you how to make this face mask. As you can see, it's got just like a supported nose or like a flexible nose. If you turn it around, you have, this is a pipe cleaner pocket in the back so that you can take out a pipe cleaner or a wire and put it back and it'll form the top of the mask to your nose. In the center, we also have a filter pocket so you can put in a filter of your choice. The straps that I decided to do for this, it's one continuous strap, so it goes from here, loops around, this will go around the top of your head, and then you can take the two straps and tie it at the back of your head on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about 4 different straps and ties. You're going to need printed fabric of your choice or colored fabric in 9 by 6 inches. You're also going to need 2 pieces of a light fabric. I chose white and also in 9 by 6 inches. This is going to create your filter pocket and your pipe cleaner pocket. I'm also going to need 2 strips of extra material. I believe that this is about 2 inches by 4 inches. This is going to create that nice edging, and this is also the casing for your head strap. So we'll need 2 of these. We're going to start off by hemming our filter pocket first. I usually take the top about 1/4 inch down, and then we're going to do a rolled hem for a nicer, cleaner finish. We're just going to roll it down again, and you can pin this down or you can press it down with an iron. And we're just going to use a straight seam to tack that down. Make sure to reverse at your front and your back. Same thing. Fold your edge down about 1/4 inch. We're doing a rolled hem, so we're going to do that again. Roll it and press or pin it. So we have these 2 hemmed right here. Now we're going to take one of these, and this is going to create our pipe cleaner pocket. So you want to make sure that this hemmed edge is facing towards you, and you're going to flip it over. Because now we're going to create a really quick hemmed edge for the opposite side so that our pipe cleaner pocket has no loose ends. You don't want it to fray. Roll it down 1/4 inch, press, roll it down 1/4 inch and press, just to create a hem. Now we have one of the filter pocket pieces with a hem on one side, and if you flip it over, you have a hem on the other. And this, when you have it on the right side, this is what it's going to look like, and we're going to be stitching using this line as a guide to create that pocket. Now we're going to take our printed fabric, making sure that the right side is up, and take one of our filter pockets and make sure that the right sides are facing together. So you want to put them so that the right sides are facing together, and we are just going to do a straight seam across this edge of the fabric. Try to keep it on the table. So we're going to flip him over so I can show you what we're doing. And there's really no right side to this, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be folding this over about 3/4 inch. I want to say 3/4 inch. And we're going to be placing this folded edge facing towards the right side of our fabric. We're going to put that crease up against that edge. And again, a straight seam all the way across. this is the top, and we are just going to flip everything over. Again, you want to make a nice little crease. This will show you to make it nice and tight. And for this, I will use some pins because it'll mark where I need to sew to. I'm gonna take a pin, and I want my opening to be about 2 inches across from the center. Pin down here, oops, and guesstimate about 2 inches right there. I did mention earlier using that stitch line as a guide, but I think for this one I'm actually going to go a little bit closer to the edge to give more room for the pipe cleaner to fit in. All right, now that's our first line. Lift up my needle, my foot, let's see, right here. So this is what we have. Now if you look at it, you have that nice opening right there. Bring this side down. We're gonna put this over top of the other filter pocket side. Okay, so we should have it like this. We're gonna be sewing along this side. That's one side. So funny thing, I think that when my mom cut these, she actually measured them all a little different. So my edges are gonna be a little mixed up. But if you cut them to the correct sizes, which is 9 by 6, your pieces should all come out the same and you shouldn't have all of these wonky edges. Now this is what we have. So in some of the designs, this comes up a little bit more. You have your filter pocket and you also have your pipe cleaner pocket. All right, now to add in the pleats and then the strap pocket. I will put in a pleat here, about 1/2 inch. This is kind of where I guesstimate. I know some people measure. I don't have an exact thing. I just kind of go with what I feel, and 2 pleats for me makes a really nice fit. So I'm going to make about 1/2 inch pleat and I'm going to pin it in. Do the same thing for a second pleat. Make sure that they look to be about the same width. And then we're gonna do a simple straight stitch down the side. So this is what we have now. We have some pretty rough edges, but we are going to be covering that up with our casing. So this is where the casing comes in. You want your 2 pieces of scrap fabric, as long as it is longer width-wise than the width of your piece. Fold over one side, facing up my raw edges, put it straight along this side using my foot as a guide. I'm gonna sew straight down. When I get to the end, I'm gonna roll in this edge that matches the other side. Now we have a nice clean edge right there, and what we're gonna do is flip this over and roll up about 1/4 inch and roll it over. And we're going to seam here. All right, so now on this side, we you have your casing. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Right, now that we've got both sides done, our mask is pretty much done. All you need to do is add in some form of strap through here. I use a paper clip to the end of my strap. The way that we made this was by taking a long piece of fabric, and we took both ends, folded them towards the middle, and then folded that in half and then sewed it down to create a nice rolled strap. With my pipe cleaner pocket at the top, I will loop in on one side, bring it over top, and then loop up down through here so that you have that nice loop at the top to go over the top of your head, and the bottoms of your straps are down here. You could also do it the opposite way so that the loop is at the bottom and you tie at the top. Either way works. But there is your nice mask.